Hello, my friends. This is Troy Stone King. I'm coming at you with another Facebook Live video. Sorry about the fact that it's a couple minutes later than expected and for the darkness, but it's not the brightest of days out here right now. So again, sorry about that. The title of this one is Want an Awesome Marriage? It's all about the math. Want an awesome marriage? It's all about the math. A little while ago, a few days ago, I did a video and it was 2 characteristics of extremely happy couples. And those 2 characteristics were gratitude and no expectations. Gratitude and no expectations. But there's something else that we need to consider in relation to happy marriages. Let me tell you a little story. I teach a class sometime to technology people. And that class is all about customer service. And in that class, one of the areas we talk about is in an interaction between the IT technician and the person they're trying to help, who is responsible for the tone of the interaction? Who is responsible for the tone of the interaction between the customer service rep, in this case a technology person, and the individual they're trying to help? And of course, the answer to the question, who's responsible for the tone of the interaction, is the IT person or the customer service representative. You know, my wife and I have been married for well over 2 decades, and we are exceedingly happy. And there's a reason for that. Well, there are several reasons for that. Let me ask you a question. When you are in a relationship, or like a marriage, when you're in a relationship, a marriage, some other relationship, let me ask you a question. Do you believe in the theory that relationships are 50-50? Like half the responsibility is mine and half the responsibility for the relationship is the other person's? Is it me and them, partially me, partially them, to make sure the marriage is strong or the relationship is strong? Let me go back to the IT representative. Is it 50% the IT rep or the customer service rep's job and 50% the customer's job to make sure it's a positive interaction? No. It's completely the responsibility of the IT representative or the customer service representative. Let me tell you how math doesn't work in relationships. In relationships, 50% plus 50% does not equal 100%. 50% plus 50% equals misery and disappointment. You want the math for an amazing marriage? I'll give it to you straight up. Here's the formula. 100% plus 100% equals an awesome marriage. And that means that each party in the marriage takes full responsibility for the love, the gentleness, the kindness, the courtesy. Every part of marriage is both persons' responsibilities. In our marriage, then, Sally takes full responsibility for a happy marriage. I take full responsibility for a happy marriage. What you don't want is a marriage where someone decides that they don't care and they're not interested, and they load everything else up on their spouse. You've seen this in relationships many times, where one person has expectations of the other, and if they don't meet that expectations, then it's not a great marriage. It's not a happy marriage. No expectations. Always gratitude. So who's responsible for not having expectations? I am. My wife is. Who's responsible for gratitude and thank you and I love you? I am. And my wife is. We both take full responsibility. Early in our marriage, we read a book called The 5 Love Languages by Dr. Gary Chapman. It completely changed our marriage. And I often reference that book when people ask me, what's one of the ways that you learned how to have a great marriage? It's the 5 love languages. And I'm not going to go in detail about that book, but basically what it says is every person has a primary love language, a primary way that they feel loved. And often in a marriage, the love languages are different. When we first got married, my primary love language was words of affirmation. I felt loved when I was being affirmed. when my lovely bride was saying wonderful things about me. When we first got married, her primary love languages were quality time and physical touch, which means spending time together on the couch, holding hands, having conversations. Here's why I bring that up. It's my responsibility to love her in the way that she feels love. And she takes responsibility for loving me in the ways that I feel love. I don't think, well, she hasn't really done a great job of loving me today, so I'm not going to give her a lot of love today either. No. Especially in those times when the other one has had a difficult day or they're going through something challenging, that's the time when you really need to push hard on taking responsibility for showing love to the other person in the marriage. If it's hard for them and they're not happy and they're angry because of something they've experienced, that's when you turn up the love. Don't repay evil with evil. Repay evil with love. Take full responsibility, my friends, for your relationships. I hope that you've gotten some value out of this video. I appreciate you watching, and we'll talk to you later. Have a great day.